Welcome back to the Rhino JFR commands tutorial. In this case, I'll split this tutorial into 2 episodes, covering how to use Rhino JFR commands to create the ring and finish the web rendering. Let's begin today's lesson. Now, let's start making this ring. First, define the inner diameter of the ring. Then offset the curve to set the ring thickness, 2.5 millimeters. Move the curve up by 0.7 millimeters. Then turn on the control points of the curve. Use the JFR scale command to adjust the tapered thickness of the ring. Widen these top control points toward both sides. This will make the head profile of the ring fuller. Copy the curve to the right. Lock the center curve to use it as a reference curve. Draw 2 straight lines. I will trim the lower curve. Vertical mirror. Use the trim command. Next, use the vertical mirror curve to create the ring's profile. Use the dual rail to create the surface. Select the profile position. Enable scale along rail. This way, the side of the ring will taper gradually according to the distance between the 2 rails. The width can be between 7 and 8 millimeters. Fine-tune the overall width. Now I will scale the inner side of this surface toward the center in advance. Just let it extend past the reference curve. Next, I'll use a very useful tool, spirals on surfaces. Select the surface. Set the count to 2. Then increase the pitch value. Adjust the values slightly to make the spiral curve symmetrical on both sides. Later we will use revolve 180 degrees to duplicate the objects. Now I will trim part of the generated curves. Use the ring size tool to create a circle. Extrude the surface while holding Shift and Control. I will use the cylinder to split the curves. Use the split command. Select the curves, then select this surface to perform the split. The split curves are grouped together. We can use the remove from group command. Select the split curves and remove them from the group. Now we have all the rail curves. Rebuild these curves. Set the count to 8, degree to 3. Delete the ones on the left. These are the rail curves we need. The number of control points for all rail curves must be the same. Now draw the profile for this part. We can keep a right angle here. Then use the dual rail command. Create each curved surface one by one. This way we can quickly get all the surfaces. And all surfaces are single surfaces, so we can turn on control points to adjust them. The middle groove here will be used for the gem set ribbon. If the transition here is not smooth enough, we can simply add more control points to the profile and adjust the curvature. This is a very practical technique that can be used in other design and modeling projects as well. Next, I will create the gem set ribbon. First, draw a profile. Set the width. Since I will use the single rail command to generate the ribbon, I also need a surface to define the matching direction. This base object will work. Then use the single rail command. Select the matching object. And it's generated quickly. Adjust the profile to change the thickness of the ribbon. Make the ribbons sit lower than the bulbous section on both sides. We can refine this shape further. By adjusting the profile, we can easily modify all surfaces uniformly. Leave a little more space on both sides. For better organization, I will group them separately. Quickly select objects with the same number of control points and group them. Now we can adjust the rail curves to refine the local thickness of the ring. Make the middle section slightly thinner for a nicer overall shape. Preview the general shape. Delete this unused one. Next, I will work on the inner shank of the ring. Extrude a cylindrical surface. Then select the inner control points of these objects. Use the Select V command to select them quickly. Pull all the control points. This method is simple and effective and can be applied to many ring designs. Now let's adjust the control points of the gem set ribbon. Straighten the control points near the inner side. Avoid overlapping control points. Then select all inner control points. Pull all the control points. This method is more practical than trimming, because trimmed areas are hard to edit. That's why I'm not using trimming here. Now adjust the side angles individually. Do the same here. Pull control points. Next, I will create the lower part of the ring. Offset the curve. 2.5 millimeters thick. Then draw 2 straight lines and trim the excess. Turn on control points and adjust the tapered thickness. Copy a profile. Add 2 control points in the middle. Then use dual rail to create the ring shank. Use the taper command to adjust the tapering effect. Add a slight curve to the inner middle part. This will improve wearing comfort. At this step, the modeling of the ring is basically finished. The process is very easy to follow. Now I will refine the height of the ribbon to make the surface variations more pronounced. Use Select by Circle and set the center point to 0. Quickly select the inner control points of the ring shank. Then invert the selection. Scale toward the center. Now the surface layers of the ring are well defined. Next, cut the groove and arrange the gemstones along it. Extract ISO curve. I will use these extracted curves to groove the gem set ribbons. Use the double curve to surface grooving command. This quickly creates the grooving objects. But here I need the groove to follow the normal direction of the ribbon. So the curves must be split first. Use the split command. Repeat the same method for the remaining curves. Then use double curve to surface grooving to quickly create the cutting objects. Adjust the height. The depth can be around 0.35 millimeters. Add a slight curvature to the bottom to follow the surface. Keep it about 0.3 to 0.35 millimeters from the edge. Use this method for the rest. Boolean, subtract the grooves. The grooves for the ribbon are done. Now extract curves to prepare for gem placement. Use the Gem on Curve command. Drag the arrows to adjust the spacing. Place the rest of the gems the same way. Then use the prong for Gem on Curve command. Add the prongs. Drag control points to adjust prong positions. Check all prong positions. Switch to one prong to move individual prongs. Do the same for the other ones. Next, use the Gem Cutter command to create the gem seats. Drag the arrows to adjust the cutter size. Press spacebar to confirm creation. The remaining gem cutters can be generated all at once. Make the bottom a bit longer since we need to cut all the way through. Finally, use Revolve 180 degrees to duplicate all objects. I'll hide the gem cutters for now and use them in the next episode. And now the ring is complete. In the next episode, I will show you how to reduce the gold weight of this ring, as well as how to do web rendering in GemCool. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching this far. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us. See you next time.